It's the first day of spring. You can't tell by looking out my window, but for the rest of you, it's the first day of spring. It's the 20th day of March 2025. I am the OGGM, joined by Steve the Cat here sitting next to me. And it's another day to regenerate some randomly powered, super people for our superhero projects. Every character we generate during this month will appear in the next Vigilantes for Shadowdark project, coming out mid to late April. And just a reminder, all the Vigilantes for Shadowdark are marked down on Drive-Thru and Lulu. If you want to pick yourself up a PDF of the only superhero system so far made for Shadowdark, marked down on Drive-Thru. All right, so we've got a brand new table. I'm still surprised I'm finding tables I've never seen before. That gives me hope that there are people out there who still love this wacky hobby of randomly generating supers. So we're going to roll 1d6. Get 1. So we'll do 3. All categories. Okay, wait, what are the categories? Oh, well, I'm just going to go all. But damn! We get biological assimilation, ability to incorporate traits of consumed organisms. That's from that comic book Chew, right? No, the guy in Chew could get information from eating things, right? He was a detective, and if he wanted to know like how somebody died, he'd have to eat their part of their body to get the information, or he'd have to take a bite out of the gun, or I don't know. I mean, it's an original power, definitely. So I have to consume something, and if I consume something, I get its power. That sounds pretty villainish. Neural manipulation, control over nervous system functions, and acid generation, ability to create and control corrosive substances. Well, considering we were dealing with fungus, and our fungus is loosely based upon The Last of Us and the wild cards, I mean, all 3 of those kind of make sense. Biological assimilation definitely seems like something the fungus would do. That feels very Last of Us. And neural manipulation, allowing me to control the nervous functions of somebody else who's been infected by the the fungus. Both of those really work. The consuming, though, you know, in order to get superpowers, I have to eat somebody. How would I know that? How would you ever know you had that power unless you were in that situation where you had to eat somebody who also had powers? I mean, that was Sylar from Heroes, but they never actually explained how Sylar knew which brains to eat. You know, he had perfect timing, I think was his power, his actual power, but then he ate a telepath, right, and gained their powers, and that was like his default was the telepath or the telekinesis. But I don't remember, did they ever actually explain how Sylar knew which brains to eat? Or was he just a serial killer who ate brains who also happened to coincidentally develop this power that whenever he ate the brain of somebody with a superpower, he'd gain that power? It's probably more about Sylar from Heroes than you ever wanted to know. That involves a lot of Deus Ex Machina, because it presents a situation where somebody would have to be a serial killer who just happens to be a cannibal, and then at one of those days they just happen to eat somebody who has superpowers, and they're like, oh hey, I've got this guy's powers as well, I'm going to keep eating people to get... No, I think we're going to go with neural manipulation. Control over the nervous system functions via the fungus. So that means I can only really control people who are either infected by the fungus or my fungus infects them, and then I can control them. One or two. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we only rolled 1, so yeah, that was easy. We'll just do the randomly generating. Okay, hero. And then we'll do the random NPC that we've been playing with. And we're doing, this one's called Tavern Crowd. And it gives us, well, a half-elf rogue. But since this is not D&D, it gives us a rogue. Sounds like a villain. I mean, that power is kind of villainous, controlling other people's, bodies. So, so what's a good name for somebody who can use the fungus to control people's bodies? Marionette. Marionette sounds like a good one. There was a character from Villains and Vigilantes whose name was Marionette, right? Other than that, is there any other characters in comic books named Marionette? I can't think of one. How do you spell Marionette? All right, so we have Marionette, who has got the ability to control over the nervous system's functions of others via the fungus. So, she can make you do stuff like, blah, 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 go walk and talk and, move things and have a heart, go to sleep and stuff like that. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Not sure I love this site, but it's just still nice to stumble across them every day. So that's fun. All right, that's it for today. 8 minutes, and we got a brand new character. Turn in tomorrow for more. We've only got 10 more days of this, guys, and then we'll have 30 randomly generated characters who will all appear in my next project. Links down below for Vigilantes for Shadowdark. If you haven't picked it up yet, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Stay safe out there, and happy first day of spring.